Alright, anybody who's joining in so far, getting ready here, we will get rolling here in probably about 2 minutes. Probably about 10:40 my time. I will start here with the stream. We'll go through the points quick. We'll go through the NASCAR liveries before we get rolling, and then we will get this thing going on the road. So thank you everybody for joining. I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, thanks everybody for joining. We have the FWM GR4 Sylvia Cup going on here. This is round number 2 at Red Bull Ring. Had some exciting action in the first round here with Airport Hobo taking your win in the first round. Looking at the points, Airport Hobo obviously is your leader with only one round in. Matt MacGyver in the second spot, W. Cannon in third, Crash and Chris in the fourth spot, and Ricky Bobby in the top 5. The rest of your top 10 rounded out by Monkey, Butterbean, Buck Teasy, Lucky Prime, and VMR is going to be rounding out your top 10. A couple of those drivers in that list not making the call this week. So definitely see a big shift in the points after this one. We will look at those afterwards because they are said and done. So nice thing about doing this thing later, I can tell you the points right away. So, all right, let's see here. We'll look at liveries. That's where we get going. I always try to do that early, but I can't. Monkey on the pole. Actually, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Monkey on the pole here. Great run there. He did that in the last minute. Like the last lap he ran there was the pole lap. Behind that, Buck T, really great run there by Buck T there for the Canadian Sylvia driver. After that, you got Airport Hobo. That's your winner from last week in the third spot. Butterbean, always a strong competitor in the fourth spot. And that we got Crash and Chris in the fifth spot. Number 6 on the grid is going to be W. Cannon, followed by Takumi or VMR. Intimidator in the 8th spot. And then rounding out your top 10, Bartabas and Mac Daddy, both new drivers to the grid this week here for FWM. After that, you got Matus and K Pitt, Yogi Bear and Mind FU. And then you have American Sam. Is that going to be Samurai, I'm assuming? I don't know if he'll be in here, but I'll find out exactly how that one's pronounced. That's your grid today. 15 on the grid. Another great turnout here for the drivers. 32 laps at Red Bull Ring. So we'll see how this one turns out. Let's get this thing rolling. And we are off. You can see some action already. There we go. Let's jump on board. Side by side for Buck T and Airport into turn 1. Looks like a little bit wide there for Butterbean. Oh, and we had a spinner back there, so let's go do this. Not sure who that was, so we're going to go to the last car on the grid, and we're going to watch. I wasn't sure who that was that spun there, but looks like Samurai with a slow start, so we'll ride on board with him and kind of see if we can catch what happens here. Ooh, looks like the number 21 got in a little bit deep and caught somebody. Okay, so that's the Miller car right there, Mac Daddy. So I know there was some contact early. It looks like maybe he got in a little bit deep. Everybody else got in a little bit deep, and then he just caught the side of Takumi. Spins him out. We'll have to see how he can recover from that one. As you see him coming down the second straight here. Nose to tail, you got your top 5 there. Looks like Monkey opened it up just a little bit here. You got 2nd through 5th running real close together under a blanket. Still side by side with Buck T there. Buck gonna do this whole first lap side by side with at least somebody. Great looking car there by Cannon in the number 29 Kevin Harvick inspired Reese's car. We'll go through all those liveries here a little bit later. Once we get the field spread out, we'll do that. Anybody who is in here and listening, go ahead and throw a banana in chat. Let us know you're here. I always like to have the live people in here. It's always nice to have that. Buck's going to run a little bit wide. Butterbean's going to look to the inside. And there you go. You see it. Butterbean got the spot. You see up in the mirror there. We'll watch the mirror. Cannon, he's going to try to take a look. Oh, a little bit wide there for Buck. And there you can see in the other mirror, Cannon's going to take a look at it. Oh, a penalty picked up there for Buck T, so that one's going to hurt. And we can see here, and looks like Cannon's going to get that spot from Buck there for the 4th position. So here after 1 lap, Monkey's going to lead that first lap around. Airport Hobo in the 2nd spot, Butterbean in 3rd, Cannon in 4th, Buck T in 5th with a penalty. And as we get to the end, these positions back here, so we'll jump on board with them. 10th, 11th, pretty much all right under a blanket from each other. And at this track, plenty of drafting time to come down this straight, so it only closes them up even more. See them side by side there. Who's going to make the move? We're going to jump on board with Takumi. Takumi running a Kevin Harvick inspired theme. I like that one. Good look. Actually, I was looking at that one. Oh, an Intimidator goes for a spin. Not sure. Let's jump on board with him. Now let's go back 10 seconds and see what happens here. Oh, looks like he got up on that curb. Once you're up on that curb, man, you cannot get out of there. Got to be real careful with that throttle when you pick that up. So, tough break for Intimidator. He's going to look to get that thing turned around. Fight his way back. He's into the 13th position with Mac Daddy and Mind FU behind him. And there you see it. Airport picked up a temperature. Airport picked up a penalty, so that one will hurt him, and we'll see it. It's coming up here. We're going to actually jump on board with him up on the chase cam. We'll look back. Oh, and you can see, look at this. We're going to actually jump on with Cannon, because Cannon here, the only one of this group that doesn't have a penalty. This track was a penalty haven. There you see Airport having to slow down. Cannon's going to get side by side with him. That's going to give him the 2nd position. Great run by that Reese's Chevrolet. The Chevrolet Sylvia. Airport's going to look to get that spot back here. He's got a really good run. He's going to make a move. Oops, going the wrong way. You can see these guys side by side coming down into turn 1. Cannon backs off just a little bit early. He's not looking to fight too hard yet. We're only on lap number 3 of 32. And then you got Butterbean here. He's going to take a look at these guys. What a great view of this we got here. Mindfu? Is that what it is? I like Mind FU. The FU seems to be insinuated, so. Oh, and we see, who was that? Takumi has a half-second penalty now back there, so he'll drop back a little bit. And looks like Airport's going to pull out away from these two, but they are not done fighting for that 3rd and 4th position. The number 23 Toyota Camry, the Toyota Sylvia. That's what we call him now. And he is going to get that position taken care of. So there you see it. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all real close to each other. Second, not too far out in there. Monkey, though, just really on rails right now, running away. We'll see if he can hold on to that throughout the race. Takumi with the penalty. Buck T out in the sand. Recovers, but it looks like he's going to lose a couple spots. He's just going to cut the sand here. Oh, right in front of the field almost. Good save by him. That was a close one. And he will drop to the 15th spot, get that thing back going, and fight his way back towards the front. Monkey across the line to end lap number 3. So we'll do a quick little livery look here. You got Monkey rocking the Dale Jr. Nationwide Insurance Chevrolet Camaro, or Chevrolet Sylvia. Good looking car there. Behind that, Airport, that's the same car he ran last week, number 29 Alpine. And that one was designed by him, not a repro of anybody else. So great look there by him. And looking to the inside is a Bubba Wallace inspired Columbia Luke Combs, number 23 Toyota Sylvia. Not going to have enough to get it done out of that corner. Caught a little bit of the curbing, lost a little bit of ground. And behind that, we talked about this one already. The Reese's, always a good-looking car there. The Kevin Harvick, number 29 inspired Chevrolet Sylvia. And then you got Takumi. Takumi making a charge here. Got himself up into the 5th spot. I want to say he started like 8th or 9th, so good start here for him in the first couple laps. As he looks to close in, another number 29 though here in the Shell Pennzoil. Number 29, red and blue Chevrolet Sylvia. Good looking car there. I really like that one. Like I say, I looked at that one, almost ran that one, so I'm glad I didn't. K-Pit running the Castrol number 6, Brad Keselowski Ford Sylvia. Good looking car there. Real basic black and white look to it, but I do like it. And behind that, we got the old number 3 Goodwrench yellow and blue from Crash and Chris. I'm going to go with this as probably a Dale Jr. that he ran as a special somewhere. I think he ran that as a special on a race somewhere along the line. If not, either way, it's a Dale Earnhardt inspired. And we see some pit stops starting. Monkey, Butterbean, Cannon, Takumi, K-Pit, Mac Daddy, Barnabas. I guess I'll say Mindfu. I like Mind FU. I'm just going to call him FU. Hey, FU. And you see it there. Everybody down into the pits. So Airport's going to consume the lead here. Airport, the master of fuel management. And we see, looks like 6 drivers have yet to pit. So we'll see how this one plays out as they come around. Actually, no, it looks like 4 drivers didn't pit because Monkey's right here in 5th. Oops. And there you see it. Butterbean not too far behind him here. We'll have to see how that one turns out. Butterbean closed in quite a bit there after the pit stop. Looks like Monkey's crew not doing him any favors. We'll have to see how this plays out as we head through. We are on lap number 5 here. Airport Hobo leading the way. Let's see, we got any battles going here? Looks like Mac Daddy on the back of K-Pit. Side by side, but K-Pit did pick up a pit penalty, so that's going to hurt him. And really, ultimately, this fight means nothing at this point. You have to find a fight later for these two and see how it turns out. For now, though, Mac Daddy going to take over that 9th spot. K-Pit into the 10th spot. Airport's down into the pits. Let's see, is everybody else going to dive in that didn't already? Crash and Chris is going to continue on. He does have a half-second penalty. And Yogi does come down into the pit, so we see Monkey coming around here. We'll stay on board with him and see how this one turns out with the undercut. Airport waited one more lap over these next 2 drivers. And Chris, we're going to see where he ends up with this whole thing, because he's stretching it even further. And Monkey coming around, turn number 1. Where's our Airport going to be? Oh, yeah, he definitely... Looks like maybe Airport might have had an issue on that last lap, so... Or on his in lap, I should say. As he comes out of there 4th, maybe He's got Cannon side by side with him with more momentum heading down the straight. They come around the little kink here, heading into the hairpin. Side by side for Cannon and Takumi. Who's going to come out ahead of this one? They had 3 wide coming out of that corner there for a second. Let's jump on with Takumi and watch these two side by side, Airport and Cannon, heading down into the corner. I'm not going to give you corner numbers, as I say. I never try to memorize them because I don't like the way they do them. Airport kind of threw it in there, but definitely did clear him. But man, it was close. And we see it side by side here with Takumi and Cannon. Takumi does have a penalty, so he'll drop back just a little bit here after the penalty is served. Let's jump on with Airport and look back as you watch back here between Cannon and Takumi. And it looks like they're going to tuck in nose to tail. Cannon holds on to that 5th spot here, crashing Chris into the pits, so we'll see where he comes out. And there you see that penalty being served. You see just how much you lose. Quite a bit for that half-second penalty, so it's a tough one to have to serve. But honestly, it has been a rough course. You'll see it quite a bit as we're following along with these guys. Let's go through and see what tires everybody's on. Monkey's on the mediums, Butterbean on the softs, so you should imagine he'll make quick work of him here with those softs. We'll stay on board quick and watch this as we see 1st and 2nd here fighting. Butterbean looking to get something done here. Closed up a lot on his pit stop. And is he going to look to the inside? He is not. He's going to stay nose to tail. And you see it right here. Let's jump on board with him. Just trying to stay right in the draft of Monkey. We'll see if he can do anything with it. Heading down into the corner. Into the off-camber right-hander is what I like to call this one. This thing is a tricky corner. You got to hit it just right. It's got a little bit of off-camber. So as you dive down in there, the car really wants to push out on you. It just does not want to grip. But both drivers do a great job getting through there. Now the double left, man. This double left's a tricky one. All about your gearing. You got to be in the right gear at the right time. And then really be able to push coming up out of there. Right, a little bit of curb. And there you see it. Butterbean's got a good run there. He's just nowhere to go yet. That's not a spot to pass. So he'll have to hope he gets another run somewhere else. Or is he going to bump draft here? Looks like he's going to give a push. No, he is going to look to the inside. Will he have enough to get this move done? As we look side by side, Monkey really pushes. Not able to get it done. There you go. You see it. Butterbean to take the lead here. He'll lead lap number 7. Your 3rd leader of the race. Actually, 4th leader. Monkey, Airport, Chris, and Butterbean all have led a lap now here as we start lap number 8. So, plenty of action to start this race. The short pit on the first one always makes it interesting. Because you only have usually about 4 to 5 laps, and then you have to come in and you just have to make that choice, and it sucks because you're like, oh man, I'm really running. Like for me, I was just flying and I had to come in, and man, it just screwed up my. I don't know what happened exactly to drop back here, but Butterbean, I'm not gonna let him get away. And off kiltered a little bit, he's gonna bump draft. So this is for the lead here, so we'll stay on board with it for just a little bit. Looks like everybody else not stretched out, but definitely not really on top of each other. So we're going to stay on board with this battle for the front between Butterbean and Monkey. We'll jump on board with Butterbean here as he comes around the double left that we were talking about. Like quick lap here. Get around this place fairly quickly. As you can see it there, still a close battle between these two, but Monkey at a bit of a disadvantage here on those medium tires, so really just trying to hold on to the draft, kind of get drug along here with Butterbean and hope that he can have a good medium stint. I would imagine all the drivers will have one medium stint and will run the rest on the softs, so we'll see how that one plays out as time goes here. I know that's the strategy I ran. I started on the softs, I ran the mediums, and then softs for the rest of the race. The softs on a full fuel run are pretty burnt by the end, but they still have enough grip to make them worth it. As you can see here, they're heading down the straight. Heading through what would be called turn 2. It's a little kink here in the straightaway, so that's why I don't like it. But they're heading down into the hairpin. Monkey just staying tight right behind him. Like I say, just trying to hold on here. Continue to use that draft to drag him along. Looks like these two are not going to be fighting too much more, so we'll jump through the field here. Airport kind of in his own little realm right here after a kind of a crappy in-lap, I believe it was. Really came out quite a ways behind these guys, so he's going to look up to make up that ground here in the 3rd spot. Then you got Takumi VMR in the 4th spot. Great run by him so far. He's got Cannon not too far behind him in the 5th spot here, and not too far behind Cannon, Mac Daddy with his opening race here with FWM 4Wide Motorsports. Great look in the number 2 MGD car, so good job by him. Hunted Steel is his actual PSN. I don't know, I still have not been able to figure out how to make it say what I want it to on these for the replays, but oh well. So behind him in the 7th spot, going to be Crash and Chris. He did extend those, so we're going to see if he's playing a little bit of fuel strategy here, trying to make it one less stop than everybody. If he can do that, it can really play out in his hands. We'll see how that one plays out for him as this race goes on. We're currently in the 7th position. Behind that, FWM Intimidator had a spin here on lap number 2, I believe it was, and fighting back, got himself up to that 8th spot, so great recovery there for the number 5 CarQuest Auto Parts, Chevy Sylvia. Getting some more people in here. Like I said, make sure you throw a banana in chat if you're out there listening. We always like to know you're out there. We always like to hear your activity. Hear your activity. I want to hear your activity. No, I take that back. I don't want to hear your activity, guys. Intimidator in the 8th spot here. Rounding out your top 10. K-Pit in the 9th spot. Followed not too far behind him by Yogi and Buck T after an early spin. After an early sand visit there in that Darth Vader. Freaking number 13, man. Just trying to scare people. But this group here, nice and tight for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So we'll kind of stay on board here. Barnabas in the 16 Biffle National Guard number 16 Ford Sylvia. So you can see there, all nice and tight here. Leaders are still nose to tail, it looks like, up there with Monkey back in the lead. Not sure when he got that back, but we got Monkey and Butterbean just running nose to tail. They're just trying to run away and not let Airport catch them. We stay on board here with this 3-car battle. Buck T in the middle of it. He's the meat of that sandwich. Now he's going to be with some bread as Yogi's going to get to the inside of this double left-hander. And he runs around the outside and holds on to that thing. Great run by Buck T in the number 13. And they all running clean there. And there you go. So K-Pit holding on to that spot. Barnabas trying to keep up with these guys, but in the heat of racing, they're really putting down some laps. The fight to stay in the top 10 is Buck T's going to dive to the inside. And we jump on board with Yogi on the in-car. We're going to stay along as he jumps to the inside of K-Pit. Ooh, a little late on the shift there. Shift. I got a feeling that's just a leg, like goofy replay leg thing. Because it's got a ton of leg when he shifts. I don't know what happened here, but Buck T around that corner has really opened this thing up. So now it's just a battle between K-Pit and Yogi. Coming down in, looks like Yogi's going to take that outside. And we'll take over that 10th position and really gapped K-Pit there. So looks like this battle is done for now. We'll see if that one spices up later. K-Pit in the 11th spot. Barnabas in the 12th spot. Matus in 13th. And the number 21, Little Debbie Ford Sylvia. American Samurai. The number 16 Hooters car. I'm not sure if that's a remake with a different number. Underbird. Okay, that's awesome. There you go. Instead of a Thunderbird, it's an Underbird. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, guys. And Mindfu, the old FU, running in 15th in the number 18 in their state batteries. Toyota Sylvia. Take a quick break here. We'll jump back up in the front here as those two are nose to tail. I'm going to take a quick break and grab a drink. I'll stay on board here with this race and keep you guys informed. Saw a little contact there between Monkey and Butterbean. Looked like Butterbean just drove it into the corner and Monkey tried to cross him over and just misjudged it. Did back off, but they're still nose to tail, but that's going to let Airport close in on him. I believe Airport on those softs as well, so Monkey doing a great job here on those mediums to hold these guys off. Actually, let's do this. Whoops, go wrong way. Jump onto Airport. Oh, it's Butterbean and Monkey down into the pits. Airport, I believe, stays out. Yes, he does. So, looks like about 8 laps is what we're going to get on a stint here. So, got to get it done while you can. Looks like Monkey's probably going to come in and get rid of those mediums. Takumi down into the pits. Cannon's going to stay out. Chris is going to stay out and probably pick up a penalty right there as it jumped on. Mac Daddy going to stay out. See what Intimidator does. Yep, Intimidator down into the pits. God dang it. I'm trying to get onto a better camera view. There we go. Buck T into the pits. Yogi is going to stay out. K-Pit stays out. Barnabas out, or in. Matus stays out. And then we'll ride along here. We'll see if Samurai is going to stay out or if he's going to go in here in that number 16 Underbird. That's going to be the fun one to say. He does stay out, so just leaves Mindfu. We'll see if he decides to come in. So those two leaders, Butterbean and Monkey, came out 5th and 6th here after the pit stops. So, and you can see, I remember this now. So you see the gap there between there. I came out, we went in together and did the exact same pit stop. Apparently my pit crew decided to eat some ice cream. Maybe I should have run a Days of Thunder theme. Should have ran that city car because they were eating ice cream in the pits when I showed up and hell decided to not give a crap. So, a little work to do here for me as I started behind Butterbean just a little bit. Let's see, Yogi right here in the 7th position. Got K-Pit too far, not too far back there. Airport got a hefty lead now over Cannon as he has yet to pit. This is extending it 2 laps this time. So we'll see how this one plays out when we come back around after his pit stop. Cannon decides to dive down in the pits with that orange number 29. Mac Daddy going to follow him in as well with 1 liter of fuel. As Butterbean will go around him. Monkey here in just a moment will go around him. And Yogi holds on to 7th. K-Pit in the 8th spot. Takumi a little wide there. May pick up a penalty. This track is tricky, man. You don't want to get out there. Yep, there it is. Half second. They will ding you with that every time. Matus in the 10th spot. So you see it there. You got 4 cars fairly close to each other. W. Cannon going to come out in this mix. How much? What did he do there? How did he lose so much? Cannon comes out into the 7th spot. He's got Takumi, a VMR, going around him for that 7th position. That'll put Cannon back into the 8th spot. See if he can hold on here, and he is just going to back it off and says, you know what, he's got a penalty. I don't need to be racing him. Set on. So, great run there by Cannon. Back to the front. Airport's into the pits here, so let's jump on board with Chris. Chris extended his 1 more lap than Airport last time. And the old hobo, 4 liters of fuel left, so man, he's a fuel saver. That's all there is to it. And let's see, is Chris going to dive her down into the pits here? He is not. He's going to continue on, so Crash and Chris in that Chevrolet Sylvia number 3 Goodwrench car is going to continue on. He will consume the lead here as he crosses against Hobo, who's in the pits, so that's into the lead. So we jump on board with Butterbean. Butterbean's going to be your leader here, it looks like, after the pit stops finish up. He's got Monkey chasing him down. And where's Airport going to come out? Let's see. Airport coming out of the pits right now. We see Butterbean go by. Will he hold on to that third spot, though? Looks like he will. Monkey off in the distance. So second, third, and fourth right there. Essentially his first, second, third in the race. There is the gap between them, but we'll jump on board here as Butterbean's going to try to hold off Airport Hobo. This is for the lead of the race, essentially, after pit stop cycle through. And there you go, you see it. Not able to do too much with it yet. Monkey trying to close in on him. Any other battles? Let's see. Let's go here. Oh, that's us. So K-Pit, looked like Takumi got a little sideways there. That's going to give Cannon a run on him. The 229 cars, the two Kevin Harvick inspired number 29s, they're going to race their way down the backstretch here, down into the off-cambered right-hander. And we will see. Takumi still does have that penalty. Looks like he picked up another one because I would imagine they've already passed that penalty line since that last time. So penalty is really going to eat up some of these drivers today. It's a tough track here. They do get you. First two tracks really of the season here are going to be a tough one because Watkins Glen was tough as well. So Hobo trying to work his way back up front here, continue to hold that race or championship lead, and we'll see how that one turns out. But we're on board here with Cannon as he's looking to the side of Takumi. Takumi will serve that penalty. Behind that, Mac Daddy going to have a run at him. Side by side down into the corner. And there you see it. And Takumi runs wide. He's going to pick up another penalty here, I'd imagine, as they're going to be side by side down the front stretch over the line. And Mac Daddy will lead that lap over the line. I hate that thing about that. And there you see it. Still side by side. Great racing here between the two. Looks like Crash and Chris coming out of the pits up ahead there. So we have four cars within range of each other's. Oops. Anybody behind? No, there is not. So we stay on board here. 29 versus 2 heading down into the hairpin. Takumi does have that penalty, so we'll see how that one plays. A little bit sideways there. A little bit of contact. No harm, no foul. Looks like he got up on the curb and just got a little bit loose. So Mac Daddy will dive back into the behind. Hunted. He's going to be hunting VMR here. Takumi. As Cannon, I don't know, Cannon looked like a little bit of slow down that straight. They gained quite a bit on him, it looked like. But he has a great exit out of that corner and does keep his distance. Chris going to stay out in front of these guys. Chris just holding on to that fourth spot where those top three are all together. And looks like they are getting tighter up there, so we will keep an eye on that one. I believe that's that fight up there. Oh, no, it's not. So who is this? We got some stuff going on back here. 10th, 11th, and 12th. 13th really right there, so we'll see how this one... Oh, and out in the grass, or out in the gravel is K-Pit. So let's jump on board here with Matus in the number 21, following along here with 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. You got... Let's see, Yogi, Intimidator, K-Pit, and Matus. And yeah, looks like they got a pretty good gap behind them, so to be just these four... really fighting this out. I looked on the map and it looked like all their arrows were right on top of each other, so we're going to keep watching this one. Shout out to 1111 here. I should probably message my wife and say that just to annoy her. We're going to do it. We're doing it. Here we go. Oh, and I just missed it. I sense it as a turn. So, what about... Hold on here. That's what I get for talking. Alright, here we go. We are heading down into the last few corners. Matus is going to look to the inside. Is he going to have a shot at it? Nope, he's going to tuck in. And there you go, K-Pit to the inside. Matus looks like he's going to try to take a shot at it. A little bit of contact there. Looks like Intimidator maybe shifted wrong. And that opens up this gap just a bit here. Uh-oh. Oh, he's letting cars by. That was your leaders going by, actually. So you see it, Airport Hobo got around Butterbean for the lead. Butterbean still holding off Monkey. Monkey has closed that gap down though. After the ice cream pit stop, he has closed back down on Butterbean for the second position, but Hobo on pit strategy here, back into the lead. So we'll see how this plays out as we are just over halfway now, starting lap number 18. This thing really rattling off fast, so we will see what happens as we roll on. 4 Wide Motorsports here, round number 2 at the Red Bull Ring. 15 drivers on the grid, so another great turnout here for the league. Good to see that as they start this Gran Turismo League with these Silvias. I believe the talk is to change it up for next season, or maybe stick with the Silvias. I don't know. We'd have to ask FWM TV in the chat. I don't remember what you had said if you had planned on sticking with these or moving to a different car next season, but either way, these cars are fun, and it's a fun one make series to have. Gets everybody in the same car, kind of gets everybody a chance to learn. Like you say, a lot of these drivers, we talked about it last week, a lot of the drivers here for FWM were racing NASCAR. NASCAR servers have just taken a crap and only going to get worse as they cut them off. So got a lot of these drivers coming over and try some other racing games. So hats off to them as they put the laps in. That's all you got to do. It just takes a little bit, but man, putting the laps in is where you do it. That's how you get better. So kudos to all of those guys that are new and fresh to the game, out here just racing it out and having a good time. I know in the chat everybody's having a good time other than the penalties. I heard a lot of people cussing at that this week, but other than that, I mean, it's always a good time and fun time to race with these guys. So we are on board though with Butterbean. He's trying to hold off Monkey. He has got one hell of a monkey on his back. Monkey's going to be pulling out those banana peels. I saw him eating one as he went by last time. He's got it in hand. We'll see it come out here in just a little bit. At least I hope so. The great thing about having a monkey brain is I only sort of remember what happened during this race. So even for my perspective, I don't even remember every little thing. I do remember the pit stop, and I do remember catching back up, but honestly, I don't even remember anything after that. Ooh, he runs him right up to the back bumper, but I think he's just putting the pressure on. Maybe he's going to try to bump draft. Maybe they're just trying to catch back up to Hobo here. We'll see how this one goes. You get the Chevy versus Toyota there in second and third. A little bit wide for Butterbean. Next week we'll be doing whatever liveries. It's not a NASCAR theme for the next 2 weeks, so we'll see what everybody comes up with. We'll have some new variety, I bet. I got a couple ideas for mine that I'm doing. I know for MMR's event this week, we're doing smokes and skulls, so we'll see what people come up with for that one. I like the dark look to them. I made my practice car because I have 2 of the Genesis. So I made my practice car. I still got to make my my livery for my race car though. I got some ideas for it, so we'll see how that one turns out. I'll probably work on that later today. And Monkey really stalking Butterbean here. Is he going to try to make a move heading down to turn 1? Looks like Hobo maybe had a little issue there through the last few corners as Butterbean and Monkey really closing in here in this lap. And our top time, a 1:36.025 from Airport, so great run by him. Let's see. Looks like Butterbean a 1:37.2, a 1:36.3 for Monkey, so the top 3. Looks like Monkey and Hobo got a little bit better times, but maybe Butterbean here just running that consistency. Trying to stick to it a little bit. Hobo, he's on a different level sometimes, man. I've raced with this guy a while now. Races in our endurance races, and yeah, it's just he's a solitude of freaking consistency, man. It's just in strategy. Great strategist right there. He's got a great team going for him for Hobo as he's going to try to hold these 2 off. So let's look at the fuel these guys have. He looks to be just over about 3/8. Butterbean is pretty much out. Monkey is pretty much out. There's your difference. Look at the difference in fuel down there on the bottom side over by the tires. Look at that fuel gauge. So you get Airport, Butterbean, and Monkey. That could play into this thing at the end as Airport has quite a bit of fuel left. That's going to be a good 3 laps extra he can run on this round. And I would imagine we're probably going to see these guys diving down into the pits. There you go, both down into the pits. We'll see if the ice cream's being done behind that crisp. We see he'll go because he's at just about a half tank. So Chris and Airport, we're going to see how that one plays out at the end with just over 12 laps to go. Actually, yeah, it'd be just over. Actually, Airport has already started that, so 12 laps to go here. Chris coming around, and let's see, Mac Daddy with just under a quarter tank. He'll probably have a couple more laps to run. Still being chased by Cannon, though. Hell of a fight we got going between these two. Hopefully nobody pitting yet. We're going to stay on board with these two because I want to see this thing some more. What kind of tires are we running here? Max on the softs, Cannon on the mediums. So Cannon at a little bit of a disadvantage, but he's going to close in down the front stretch. As they cross the line, Cannon's going to look to the inside. Is he going to have a shot at it? Looks like he's going to take a look, but not enough to get it done there. Smart just dives back in. It's the thing I like between FWM and MMR, man. We've got some drivers that really understand how to keep themselves under wraps and not overdriving the car when it's not time. So we are staying on board here. Cannon trying to hunt down Mac Daddy. Jump back up quick. Hobo right at about a quarter. Chris at about 3/8 now. Monkey on the soft. Monkey did make the pass on Butterbean. Butterbean stalking him. So we're going to kind of stay between these two. Looks like Mac opened up. Whoa, Cannon dropped back quite a bit there. So we'll jump back up here with Butterbean and Monkey. Great fight here between these two for this third and fourth spot right now. Ultimately second and third. As Hobo really right now has the advantage. Stretching out that fuel just a little further, was ahead before the pit stop started. So I would imagine we'll see him come out quite a bit of ways in front of us. And there you see it. Butterbean stalking Monkey. Is he going to be able to get anything done? Or what are these guys going to do? Are they going to work together and try to just push each other to fight against Hobo? We'll see right here. Butterbean, will he have a run or is he going to push? Looks like he's going to stay tacked and gives a little bit of a push. Heads down into turn number 1, nose to tail. Great run by both drivers here. These two just really working well together. As looks like Butterbean ran a couple of 36s here now on this stint, or on the end of that other stint actually. So great run by him. Getting himself down into the 36s. As I say that, Airport's running 35.8. Not quite sure how this guy's saving fuel and running that way. I think we need to have the officials check his car. Yeah, I think I'm calling for an official check of the fuel in Airport's car. All right, FWM. Cannon, you hear me there? That's what I'm saying. Gotta be. There you go, Butterbean. Not looking to do anything here, so we'll go quick through the field. Airport probably got about 1, maybe 2 laps left as he's coming around. About 8 to tank of fuel left. Crash Chris with a quarter tank sitting in the second spot. Monkey and Butterbean third and fourth here fighting this one out. Already made their pit stops. Fifth for Cannon, as looks like maybe did Mac pit? Yep, Mac pit. Cannon, I'd imagine, is going to be pitting this time by. We got some other people, looks like 1 or 2 into the pits already. Stay on board here quick with Cannon. And we will see him dive down into the pits. So your 5th place driver, Cannon, down into the pits. Mac Daddy in the 6th position. Already made his pit stop out there on some mediums. Looking to get some laps in, doing a good job here. Matus in the 7th position. Looks like he's got about a quarter tank of fuel, so he's got a little bit to go yet before he's going to have to pit. Buck T in the 8th position. It looks like he has pit recently here with about 3/4 of a tank. K-Pit, just under half, in the 9th position, being chased by Takumi, or VMR, in the 10th spot. Quite a bit of difference there in your fuel, but Takumi with another penalty. VMR, has that thing just been attached to your head, that 0.5? Because that's what it sure looks like. In the 11th spot, Barnabas in his first race with FWM this week. Number 16 car looking wide there. Looks like he'll probably pick up a penalty. Oh, he might pick up 2 with that one. Did he get away with that? Oh, there it is. 1 second, so a half second for each spot. Yogi, ooh, as I flipped it over, Yogi a little bit squirrely there, as he's got a couple of lap cars, looks like, coming by, or it's Crash and Chris coming by. He'll look to hold on to that one. Behind him, American Samurai. He's got third and fourth behind him with Monkey and Butterbean as he dives down into the pits. Mindfu in the pits. And we lost a driver. Who did we lose? Intimidator. Yeah, Intimidator out already. So we're down to 14 drivers. Airport coming out of the pits. So let's see how this one. Looks like Chris is going to pass him as he goes by. There's Airport. Oh, did Airport picks up a 3-second penalty? Oh, man. Damn, the pit road penalty there. That one hurts. So that's a stinker for him. See Monkey and Butterbean still real close to each other, just kind of trying to make laps. Airport did come out quite a ways in front of these guys still, so that 3-second penalty is going to hurt, but I think he'll still hold on to that position. I don't believe he's going to lose anything. We're going to ride on board with Monkey as we come around here to the pit, or the penalty line. See what happens here as we are down to just over 8 laps to go. We're closing in on this finish of this race here. We're in the last quarter of it. Been a good one so far. Butterbean did pick up a penalty. So we'll jump on board here. Let's see how much of a difference that 3-second penalty. You can see Airport up there, the second car up. He'll have a 3-second penalty he'll serve. And we'll show you the difference of what that is on track. As you can see, we come around here. Penalty lane right there. So you see Airport off to the right-hand side. He is ghosted. He will come back. Will Monkey have enough to get around him? All it did was close it in, so it's nose to tail, but Monkey's not going to have enough. He's going to have to wait. Not the time to do it, so he tucks back in. Ooh, decided to try to slide it. Butterbean dropped back a little bit. So now your battle right here between first and second as Crash and Chris is into the pits. First, second, really third's right there, so not too far. These guys get fighting too hard, and they're going to find out real quick how quickly Butterbean can catch right back up to him. Monkey looked like he wanted to make a move there, but just didn't have quite enough to get it done. Airport's going to get around the lap car. We'll see if Monkey can as well. Monkey's going to go to the outside. Is he going to make sure? Heading down into the hairpin. There, he does clear him. So your first 2 drivers have cleared that lap car and are looking to stalk each other back to this thing. But it doesn't look like Monkey's going to have enough to get anything done with it. Oops, wrong button. Let's see, I don't see any other battles on track, so we're going to stay on board here with first and second. It looks like Butterbean just lost a little bit of pace here. Is he on? Oh, he's on mediums, that's why. So these first 2 are on softs, and then you got Butterbean on mediums, so that one's going to hurt him. Crash and Chris back here, quite a ways back behind those guys. Is on a different fuel strategy, so it might bring him into play with Butterbean and Monkey, but I do believe that Airport's got the fuel mileage down here. I think he's going to be able to make it to the end, where these other 2 for sure are going to have to pit. You see Yogi there got a penalty. That's going to get Butterbean to close in on him. Monkey, is he going to make a move? No, he's not. Heading down into the double right-handers, the last few corners of the circuit. Going to head down to the front stretch here. Oh, Airport picks up a penalty. Is Monkey going to try to make a move now, or is he going to wait and just take advantage of that penalty? We'll see here as they head down into the corner. Gotta be real careful. If you catch that inside curb, you can do it, but man, it wants to unsettle the car if you slam back on that gas. You gotta be real careful with it. And you can see Airport got just a little bit better of a run out of the corner there. As we look back to Butterbean, Butterbean dropping back a little bit there. Those mediums not doing him any favors. Monkey overdrives just a little bit in the corner. Looks like he's going to lose just a little bit of ground, maybe a couple of tenths. So now that penalty is going to play out. As they stand right here, I would imagine Monkey will get around him, but like you say, I think the pit strategy for Hobo is going to get him the win. As long as he can hold on to that thing. 6 laps to go this time by. One hell of a race we've had so far. Some great action on track. Like I say, 15 drivers started, 14 drivers still on track. So good job by everybody to continue through. Even on this track can be a little frustrating sometimes. And there you see it. The penalty's going to be served. He will pull off to the right, but I don't think Monkey's going to have enough. Kind of the same situation with the 3-second penalty. They're going to be side by side. And there you see it. He did get around him, so Airport will try to hold on here. Let's jump on board with Airport now. We'll do a lap around with Airport as he chases Monkey. Monkey down into the first corner here. We'll see if he can hold on to that thing. Airport runs out a little bit wide on that corner. He's going to have a heck of a run here. Is he going to take advantage? He may have enough to get this one done. Is he going to take a look at it, or is he just going to push him knowing he's got the pit strategy? Looks like he's just in push mode. Looks like a little deep into that corner there. Look back and see. Yeah, Butterbean's quite a ways back there now. You just see him coming over the crest there. So these front two drivers have opened up the gap here with about 5.5 laps to go. Coming down into this off-camber right-hander there in sector 2. Section, oh man, I said that all messed up. Sector 2. You see just how wide and how much of that curbing Airport's using there to try to make up his ground. Looks like he'll get a good run here. Is he going to have enough to get anything done? Looks like maybe Monkey's pitting here. He's thrown on his... Ooh, he's swung out a little wide. He does go into the pits there, though. As he's into the pits, Butterbean going to go into the pits as well. So there you go. Your leader all by himself out here now. Will he have to pit again? I don't believe he's going to, as we only have 5 laps to go. He's got a little over half a tank of fuel. Looks like Airport's going to make it to the end here and win this thing on strategy. I mean, he was winning it on track racing too. It was a good race between him, Monkey, and Butterbean, but it does look like strategy's going to win this one for him today. We'll see how Monkey and Butterbean play out. Butterbean just pulling into his pit. Crash and Chris coming around. Did you pick up a half-second penalty? He'll come across the line. 5 laps to go for him. As you see Monkey exiting the pits up in front. Is Crash and Chris going to have enough to get around Monkey? It does not appear so. And Butterbean will come out behind him. So Chris playing the strategy here. He's got enough to go to the end. So we'll see. Did Butterbean went to the mediums again? So we'll see if he can do anything with it. It looks like Monkey on the sauce. Airport's still on those softs. So let's jump back down here. Mac Daddy in the 5th position. Looks like he will probably have to splash some fuel in that thing to get to the finish unless he is on extreme save mode. He's got a pretty big gap though if he decides to try to do that. Takumi definitely going to have to pit again as he's got under a quarter tank, about an 1/8 of a tank. Buck T in the 7th spot, Barnabas in the 8th spot in the pits now. Cannon coming around, looks like he is already pit. He's going to come around and try to consume those 2 spots. We'll see what he can do with those. Try to open my tablet to get the points pulled up again. Okay. Alright, so looks like Cannon does take over the 8th position here. So you got around a couple of those guys. K-Pit in the 11th spot. Looks like he does not have to pit anymore. Yogi will have to pit one more, it looks like. K-Pit... Oh, American Samurai. Looks like he should be good on fuel. Mindfu in right now, so that leaves Airport Hobo out front. Monkey got a substantial lead over Chris. Chris and Bean are right now, looks like to be... If you look at the map, look how everybody is spread out on that map here as we close in on the end of this race. So this one's going to be the interesting one. I'm not sure if Chris is fuel saving. I don't think he's going to need to at all. Should be good to go. So he should be in push mode right now and be able to hold off Butterbean here for the 3rd position. We'll see how this one plays out though. Chris with I think a good strategy move. I think he was, if he played it straight up, I think he was looking 4th, 5th. But now he's sitting in that 3rd position. Not really close to Monkey to do anything. Airport's way out front on these guys. You can see there, you can see Monkey up there. I don't know if he's going to have enough to do anything with him. Butterbean here. And then you got Mac Daddy. So let's see here. Let's do this. So next week, while we finish this race up, next week we'll be at Monza, the no chicane version of Monza. Oh my god, this is going to be fun. This is going to be so... Oh wait, I won't be here, never mind. I will still be on the comms next Tuesday though, but I will be gone this week as we celebrate my son's graduation. My youngest, the last kid of the house, graduating from high school. Man, Monkey is excited. Makes me feel old though, you know, when I'm sitting here talking about my youngest graduating. Talk about my son graduating, it's just a weird thing, man, you know? You just don't know. Life's short, man. Enjoy it while you can. So we are finishing up here. Let's see. Let's jump on board with Hobo. Looks like he's down to 3 laps to go. About 2.5, actually. Does pick up a penalty, but that's not going to matter as he's got a huge lead over Monkey. Monkey to the inside of Yogi, looks like, to lap him. K-Pit up in front of him, too. And Chris not really able to close in. Looks like Butterbean has closed in a little bit here on Chris. So I think we're going to stay on board here with 2.5 laps to go. I don't think he's going to be able to close it in, not with that half-second penalty either. Mac Daddy did dive down into the pits, so we'll see where he ends up when he comes out. We'll keep an eye on that. He looks like he will be, I'm going to say 6th or 7th when he comes out. We will ride along here with Hobo. 2 laps to go as he heads down, about to put the 8th place car under a lap. You can see he is just hauling the mail in that thing right now. Not in fuel save mode, he is in go mode, just holding that thing down. Great run by Airport Hobo here in that number 29 Alpine. Looking good and looking to secure the win. 2 in a row now to start the season, so great start to the season for Hobo. We'll see who is going to be able to crack him from that podium, from that top step of the podium, I should say. Played the strategy perfect in this one to where he didn't have to pit. And it looks like American Samurai was trying to get the inside. He was trying to take the outside. Kind of bottles everything up. Takumi there fighting. Is Takumi fighting for a spot there? He is. So this is a battle for position. So we'll jump on board here, as we'll have 1 lap to go this time by. And so we'll keep an eye on these two as they're rolling along, see who's going to take this 8th position. I believe that's the only real battle on the track. Let's quick flip through here. So Monkey is got a lap car right behind him. Butterbean doesn't look like he's going to do anything with it. Buck T's got a little bit of a gap over Mac Daddy, and Cannon got a gap over Takumi, but Takumi and Matu's real close. Yeah, we're going to stick on board with this one, as Matu's trying to chase down Takumi, or VMR. We'll see if he can do anything with it. Oh, a penalty there. That's going to be the end of that one as we head into the final lap. So we will jump back up here for Airport. We're going to ride along with Airport for his final lap, because I don't believe anybody else is close. Nope. So Airport here on his final lap, looking to bring home 2 in a row to start the 4Wide Motorsports GT7 season. Like I say, next week, Monza, the no chicane Monza. So exciting racing for these guys. I'll have no idea what happened in that one when I jump in, so it'd be nice to see. And he is closing in on Cannon. Looking to put Cannon a lap down here. But I don't think he'll make it quite in time to get him unless Cannon just gives it to him. Probably seeing the blue flags at this point, but the blue flags are tough in this game because they come out like when the guy's like 3 corners behind you, and you're not just gonna pull over right then. So Airport Hobo, number 29 Alpine, green and gray, great looking car there. So he's gonna pick up a penalty right at the end, maybe. Oh, did he? No. Luckily, does not. And as you can see that there. So coming across the line here in just a moment. 2 corners to go. trying to win his second race here in this inaugural FWM GT7 season. And coming across the line, your winner, TBC Airport Hobo, is going to spin it around. Behind that, Monkey coming around the final few corners here. Heading down into the final two right-handers. A solid finish after last week's 6th place. He's going to look for a 2nd place here. And he dives down into the last final corner. Coming across the line here for a 2nd place for MR_Monkey Mafia. Behind that, Crash and Chris in the number 3 car, coming across in the 3rd position. Butterbean holds on for a 4th position, comes across with that penalty. Buck T gets himself into the top 5 here right at the end. Has a big enough gap there that a half-second penalty shouldn't hurt him. As we had 7 cars on the lead lap here to finish this thing. We'll follow along with those 7 as they follow across the line, then we'll go through the rest. I do have points pulled up as well. So we'll go through the points as they stand after race number 2. As soon as we get finished here, the final 2 corners for Buck T, the Canadian, number 13, running through the final corner here. He's going to cross the line with a top 5, so great. Top 5 there for Buck T. Started 2nd, had a little issue early on, but finds himself in the top 5. Great run by him. Mac Daddy's inaugural race with FWM is going to come around the corner. Crosses the line in the 6th position. Great run by him. Cannon, your final car on the lead lap in that number 29 Reese's. Comes across the line with a 7th place finish. Got Takumi in the 8th spot, Matus 9th, Barnabas 10th, Cape Pit 11th, Yogi Bear in the 12th spot, American Samurai 13th, Mindfu 14th, and then Intimidator was your one DNF this week in the 15th position. There you see it, Airport Hobo, your winner, your podium, Monkey and Crash and Chris though. Great run by everybody. I appreciate everybody joining. It was a good race here as it just kind of cycles through. Airport Hobo, your points leader now with 101 points. That's going to give him a 22-point lead over Monkey. Monkey was 79. Not too far behind that. Going to be 3 points behind Monkey. He's going to be Crash and Chris in the 3rd spot. W. Cannon holds on to the 4th spot here. He's going to be 10 points back behind Monkey. 32 total behind the leader. Butterbean rounds out your top 5. 64 points. 37 back of the leader. Buck Teasy with a great run this week. Goes up to the 6th position. 60 points. Just 4 back of Butterbean. And then you got VMR here in the 7th position, 48 points. Matt MacGyver with no run this week drops down. He's got 44. Matus goes up to 42 points into 9th place. And your top 10 rounded out by Ricky Bobby, who did not run this week. He had 40 points, so he'll drop down to 10th. Intimidator holds on to the 11th spot with 34 points. Finger Mullet up to 12th, which is Yogi, I believe. This is where it gets confusing. So I believe it's Yogi in the 12th spot with 32 points. Hunted Steel in the 13th spot with 30. Lucky Prime 14th. And Mindfu into the 15th position. So that's your top 15 in points this week. Again, we will be back next week, Tuesday. Around the same time, between 10 and 11, I'll be up and running for FWM. I will also be up on Thursday running for MMR's double lobbies. So we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you, everybody, for joining. As always, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Share this video. Get it out there. Let's get everybody else in here. And if you are watching this and are interested in joining FWM or MMR, you just reach out to me and you let me know, and we'll get you in there. All we require for both is just clean driving. We don't care how fast or slow you are. As long as you can race clean, that's what we're looking for. So I appreciate everybody joining today. Thank you once again. And I am Monkey for Monkey Mafia Productions, and we will see you on the next one.